Children, today in our English period, we are going to start with our active English. Okay? So in active English, we are going to start with chapter 4. This chapter, we are going to be doing it in two parts. Part 1 and part 2. So today, we'll start active English chapter 4, part 1. Now in this part, we are going to learn to write sentences using let and made. Yes children, we are going to learn writing sentences using let and made. So first, let us start to learn how to write sentences using let. See the sentence. Mrs. Rao said, "You may go out to play Prem." Mrs. Rao said, "You may go out to play Prem." It is a direct conversation between Mrs. Rao and Prem. Yeah? Mrs. Rao is telling Prem, you can go out and play. You may go out and play. So it's a direct conversation here. Mrs. Rao is allowing Prem to go out and play. Now I have to rewrite the sentences using let. Yes? So the first thing I'll do is, who is the person who's talking over here? Mrs. Rao. So first I'll write down Mrs. Rao. Then what is she doing? She is allowed Prem. Yes? So instead of allowing, I will write let. Whom has she allowed? Prem. So I'll write Prem after that. So Mrs. Rao let Prem to do what? Go out to play. So I will write the sentence as Mrs. Rao let Prem go out to play. Mrs. Rao let Prem go out to play. Yes children, now we can put it this way. This is a direct conversation between Mrs. Rao and Prem, right? The first sentence was Mrs. Rao said, "You may go out to play Prem." Now this conversation, when I am telling you all, it becomes an indirect conversation, right? So I am telling you all, Mrs. Rao let Prem go out to play. So I become the third person here, and I am telling you what was the conversation between Mrs. Rao and Prem. Yes? So the sentence, we have written it using let as Mrs. Rao let Prem go out to play. Understood children? Okay. Shall we see one more example? Mrs. Rao said, "You may watch the television, Maya." Mrs. Rao said, "You may watch the television, Maya." Now here, Mrs. Rao is giving permission or is allowing Maya to watch television. Yes? So when I have to rewrite the sentence using let, how will I write it? First, I'll write Mrs. Rao, then let, and whom has she allowed? Maya. So I'll write Maya's name, and for what? Watch television. So the sentence will become now as Mrs. Rao let Maya watch television. Mrs. Rao let Maya watch television. Okay children, understood? Now let us see how much you all have understood about this. Yes? So now you all are going to decide what is to be written here, and then I will tell you the answer and we will see whether you're getting it right. Okay? Now the next sentence is, Mrs. Shah said, "You may go to the cinema, Mohan." Mrs. Shah said, "You may go to the cinema, Mohan." Okay children? Now you have to write this answer to this sentence. Okay, so you all decide and you all write it down, and then we will see whether you're getting it right. The question is, Mrs. Shah said, You may go to the cinema, Mohan. So who is talking over here? Mrs. Shah. She is allowed or given permission to whom? To Mohan. To do what? Go to the cinema. So how are you going to write it? Yes. So shall we see what is the answer to this? So we will write it as Mrs. Shah let Mohan go to the cinema. Mrs. Shah let Mohan go to the cinema. Yes? Who is the person talking here? Mrs. Shah. What has she done? She has allowed Mohan. So we have written let Mohan. Mrs. Shah let Mohan to do what? Go to the cinema. So the sentence will be Mrs. Shah let Mohan go to the cinema. Yes, children, clear? Okay. Now some more examples. Yes. The teacher said, you may eat the apples, children. The teacher said, you may eat the apples, children. Now, write it down. Think over how it has to be written, how you are going to change the sentence and rewrite it using let. Yes, and then I will tell you what is the answer and let us see whether you all have got it correctly. Done? So who is talking over here? The teacher. What has she done? She has allowed whom? Children to do what? To eat apples. So the sentence should be, the teacher let the children eat apples. The teacher let the children eat apples. Okay, children, got it right? Very good. Now let's move to the next one. Maya said, you may borrow my ruler, Prem. Maya said, you may borrow my ruler, Prem. Now Maya is allowing Prem to borrow her ruler. Yes? So how should you write the sentence? Write it down and then I'll let you know the answer and let us see whether you've got it correct. Yes. So who is the person who's talking here? Maya. She's allowing Prem. Yes. To do what? To borrow her ruler. So the sentence will be, Maya let Prem borrow her ruler. Maya let Prem borrow her ruler. Maya let Prem borrow her ruler. Yes, children. So got it right? Yeah, understood? Here we have learned to write sentences using let. Now let us move forward and learn to write sentences using made. We are going to learn to write sentences using made. Okay? Now, Mrs. Rao said, you must sweep the floor, Prem. Mrs. Rao said, you must sweep the floor, Prem. Now, here again it is a direct conversation between Mrs. Rao and Prem. Mrs. Rao is ordering Prem here to sweep the floor. She is telling Prem that you have to sweep the floor. So here I am going to use made and rewrite the sentence. Okay. So what I'll do now? Who is talking here? Mrs. Rao. And after that I'll write made whom? Prem to do what? To sweep the floor. So I'll write it as Mrs. Rao made Prem sweep the floor. Mrs. Rao made Prem sweep the floor. Yes, children? Here, Mrs. Rao is ordering Prem to sweep the floor. Yes, like your mom sometimes tells you, if you don't do this homework, you're not going down to play, right? So she tells you, do this exercise and then go down to play. So in a way, she's making you complete your homework, right? So that after that you can go down to play. The same way here we are going to see, Mrs. Rao said, you must sweep the floor. Prem is written as Mrs. Rao made Prem sweep the floor. Yes. The next one, Mrs. Rao said, you must clean the window, Radha. Mrs. Rao said, you clean the window, Radha. Now here again Mrs. Rao is ordering Radha to clean the window. Mrs. Rao is ordering Radha to clean the window. So it will be written so we'll write it as Mrs. Rao made Radha clean the window. Mrs. Rao made Radha clean the window. Who is the person who is ordering here? Mrs. Rao. So I'll write Mrs. Rao, then made. Whom is she ordering? Radha to do what? Clean the window. So Mrs. Rao made Radha clean the window. Mrs. Rao made Radha clean the window. Yes, children, understood? Yes. Now the next one, you all are going to try and write it down. Yes. The teacher said, you must finish the exercise, children. The teacher said, you must finish the exercise, children. So here, the teacher is ordering children to finish their exercise. Yes? So how are you going to write this sentence? We have to use M-A-D-E, made, and rewrite the sentence. So, you all are going to write it down and then I'll tell you the answer and let us see whether you're getting it correctly. Done? So who is the one who's talking? Who is the one who's ordering here? The teacher. So the teacher made, whom has she ordered? Children. To do what? Finish the exercise. So the sentence will be, the teacher made the children finish the exercise. The teacher made the children finish the exercise. Yes, children? Got it correct? Yes. So let's move to the next one. Maya said, you must carry the basket, Prem. Maya said, you must carry the basket, Prem. Here, Maya is ordering Prem to carry the basket. Maya is ordering Prem to carry the basket. So how will you write this sentence? Yes? Think over and write it down. Yes, children, written. So shall we check? Yes. So what should we write now? Maya said, you must carry the basket, Prem. So who is the one giving order? Maya. So Maya made whom? Prem. So Maya made Prem to do what? Carry the basket. So the sentence will be, Maya made Prem carry the basket. Maya made Prem carry the basket. Again, Maya made Prem carry the basket. Yes, children. So did you all understand? Is it clear how we write the sentences using let, let and made, made? Okay. Now children, we're going to stop over here. The rest of the chapter, we'll be doing it in our next class. Till then, I want you all to go through this again and practice writing the sentences again. Okay? See you in the next class. Bye.